Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Yeah, Cardano, in the end they all get there. In the end they all get there. Also here Cardano on its way with fast pace to the target area here, which starts at 55 cents. It obviously reached here the 59 or 60 cent level, no 59 cent yesterday. And I mean, I told you that we are with a high likelihood now going to get to 55. Been telling you for weeks that this is the most likely scenario and that this would be the ideal target area here between 20. I reduced it down a little bit yesterday, a few cents, between 29 cent or 28 and 53 cents. Yeah, and we've come down to, let's see in the candle here, just the last 4-hour candle, we have come down to 58.4 cents. So I think we can already see this as a success. And just need to wait now for the price to really get into this further. Maybe only touch the 54 or 53 cent level, but certainly ideally to get into it a little bit further and possibly even get down to 30 cents. Yeah, or to be more specific, 28 cents. This is how I would like to see Cardano perform to get into this area, and this would be, as I said, the ideal level for a retracement. The reason for that is, if we zoom out here, we can see that Cardano is coming down currently to this area, the 78.6 and the 88.7% Fibonacci levels. And this is an area where historically, especially down there, has been a lot of historical volume. So if I add the VPVR to this chart, you can see that. If I zoom in a little bit now, no, that was too much. Here, if I just need to zoom into the right zoom level, and there you can see, so sort of in the lower half or the lower third of this target area, between, I would say, 38 cents and 28 cents, we have that spike in historical volume. That is this area of trade back from January 21. And this is where, should we really get into the target area, not only touch it at the 78.6% level, should we really get into it, I think this is the area where we could really turn around. So I can't tell you at this stage if we only reach 55 or 53, sorry, I reduced it down yesterday a little bit, or if we are actually going to get into it quite a bit. That remains to be seen. My current feeling is that we are, or I'm leaning towards, that we are going to see lower prices than just 53 cents. The reason for that is that I don't think the low for Bitcoin is in, not yet. Yeah, even though we have seen quite a strong reaction to the below 30k level for Bitcoin, but I don't think the wave count doesn't suggest yet that the low is in. Nevertheless, these are prices that even if we drop further, I think historically these will be very, very attractive prices, not only for Bitcoin, but also for Cardano. So I'm dollar cost averaging in at these prices for Cardano, really waiting for the next larger upside, the upswing. Personally, I find these very attractive, especially below $1. That already was quite an interesting development. And then here below 75 cents anyway. So getting closer now to that target area. But yeah, this is the area where I would expect a lot of support, and where also then the TA would support us here with giving us some levels in the target area where we can find and expect support. So currently we see here a little bit of retracement to the upside in line with Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin probably completed a wave 3. I would suggest that Cardano did the same. So in this overall move that we have here at the moment on its way down, I would suggest that this here was the wave 1, 2. That also here, this was a wave within wave. Yeah, so don't want to really go into too much detail here, but I believe as well that Cardano completed here a wave 3, that we now could see a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to the downside. Now that wave 4 could get, that is what I see happening possibly, yeah, with a high likelihood, we could even retest here the 75 cent level. And if that fails, or if that is successful, the retest from below, that we could then come down in that final wave 5 that could take us to 55 or even below 55 cent levels. Yeah, so that's generally how I see currently Cardano. Let's take a look at the indicators on the weekly. As you can see here, also quite bearish. We are hammering further down. On the weekly, we are in the bearish range, not yet oversold on the weekly, but if I zoom out here, you can see that really Cardano never came lower than it is today on the weekly. Well, okay, back in March already, on the 7th of March, with that price drop here, on the weekly, Cardano came a little bit lower, but really it is the same level as it is today. So this is an important support level on the RSI on the weekly, but it's not yet oversold technically. On the 4-day chart, we still have a bit more space here. Back in March 2020, we came even lower on the 4-day, which is an important price chart. We can see though here also the MACD is still pushing further down. On the daily chart, you can see that it was obviously massively oversold, or actually not massively, came down to 28. I think Bitcoin came down to, was it 25 on the daily? After it got rejected here at the 50 level and pushed further down. Here we still have that short signal, so there was never a reason to get really bullish here since the beginning of April. Yeah, we had that short signal on the daily, on the ADX and DI. So until that is over, anyway, we wouldn't need to get super bullish here. Again, some mid video techno here. And yeah, I mean, on the 8-hour, you now see a bullish engulfing candle. That is actually short-term bullish and the first good sign that the buyers return. So yeah, we could see now a corrective move up. We need to see if the 75 cent actually hold. But as I said, I would now expect a bit of a recovery before we get that final move down. But generally, what we can see is that it's already been quite successful here. The Elliott waves as a guide. Otherwise, the 55 or 53 cent level would have been really, really unrealistic. And yeah, we've come down now to 58. So generally, I would expect, as I said, just a short-term upside now before we, however, come down. And should we see at any point now an impulsive move up, I will certainly make you aware, because what we are waiting for on this channel is a first impulsive move up. And this would then be good confirmation that we could have the low already in, because anything that we have seen here was not impulsive to the upside, only corrective, and we're waiting for a first correction down, and that would then be the confirmation that the low, with a very high likelihood, and there is never 100% guarantees, but with a very high likelihood that the low is already in. At the moment, anything that is coming down here is looking very impulsive here, and the move up was very three-wave like, so ABC like, so corrective like, which means that the next wave is with a high likelihood an impulse down. So now we are waiting for exactly that reversal, where we're waiting for an impulsive move up and a corrective move down, and that will then suggest that the next wave will also be an impulse, which should take us out of this whole overall correction. All right, and that is my view here about Cardano. Exciting times. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently publishing on the website. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.